Okay, so good morning students. In the next lecture, we are going to see how to connect with your PHP and MySQL prompt. So it's a very easy process actually. The first step is you need to install your exam control panel in your system. Okay, once you install your exam control panel, it will create a folder in your My Computer under your system drive. So you have a system drive as C colon, so you have C colon, and under your folder it will create a new folder as exam. So you need to save all your PHP files under htdocs folder. Okay, this htdocs, it will save all your PHP file. If you want to store your PHP file, you need to save your PHP file in htdocs. Why you are storing these files only on htdocs? Since exam is a server, if you are processing PHP and MySQL or basics of PHP program, you need to save all your PHP program only on your server. Okay, so I already installed my exam server. So if I want to upload that PHP file, you need to upload that PHP file only on server. So for the separate directory, I'm going to create, we have a default directory as htdocs. So in this htdocs, you need to save the two PHP files. So I already created two PHP file. The first file as emp file, emp main, and second file as emp process. Okay, so this is all about your emp main file. So this is purely an HTML command. Okay, so HTML and along with PHP command. The first line is an HTML. So the abbreviation of HTML is hypertext markup language. So it will design your web pages. So in your web page, the title of the web page is employee management, and I am going to create a form. Okay, so my form name as emp. Okay, and method is equal to post. So I explain this code after explaining all the remaining code, because this form, it will be automatically redirect to the next page. Okay, you should know what all the content it should be redirected. So I'm going to use three break command here. This three break command, it will create three break options. So three new lines is under my, and in the web pages, h1 is nothing but heading 1. Under center tag, it will display your content as employee management system. Since it is a pair tag, so you need to close the h1 tag. Again, I am going to create three blank lines. Okay, in your center of your web page, I am going to create a table. My table border will be 1 and width is equal to 400. Okay, the first table row will be tr is nothing but table row, and td is nothing but table data. The first label data will be an enter employee ID, and the second table data your text box. Okay, so my first text box name is employee ID, and the next command will be your submit button. So I'm going to use column span option. Since if you have only one row, I'm going to separate it into two columns. I'm going to align my submit button in center element format. Okay, and close my table command and center command, form command, everything. Okay, so once you save this command, okay, you need to start your exam, and you need to start your exam server. Okay, you need to click start button for Apache and start button for MySQL. Okay, so once you click start button, it will create a port number for Apache and MySQL. Okay, and you just move on to Google Chrome. In the Chrome window, okay, just move on to just type localhost. So this is your localhost server. Under this, you need to type the file name employee main.php. Okay, so as I said before, see in the coding itself, we have h1 tag center alignment employee management system. See employee management system. Next, three blank line is created. Next, you have an employee ID as a label box and text box and submit button. See, once the employees enter the data and click submit button, it will retrieve the particular employee name and the designation and the salary. Okay, this is the first page. So once you click the submit button, it will automatically redirect to localhost/emp process.php. So the entire method will be in post method. Okay, you have two methods. One is a get method, another one is a post method. See, this get method, it will show all your credentials in the address bar. If you are using get method, it will show all your data in the address bar. If you are using post method, it will automatically configure and it will more on secure process. It will not retrieve the data in the address bar. If you are using post method, for security concern, it will hidden all your details. Okay, this is all about your first program. Okay, the next step is you need to create a table. As I said before, you need to move on to command prompt cd/cd, and you need to move on to your my computer c:\exam and MySQL. So this entire process I already created a lecture video in the previous session. You just go through that video, cd space that file path, then you need to connect MySQL with command prompt. MySQL -u is nothing but user name. The name of the user is root -p. Since MySQL has no password, just simply press enter. Okay, first you need to create a database. Create database, and my database name as Uma. Okay, my database name as Vignesh. Okay, so next command, you need to use the database, use Vignesh, and the next thing is you need to create the table. Okay, so if you are going to create the table, you need to create with 4 columns. One is your employee ID, employee name, designation, and salary. Okay, the next step is you need to create a table. Create table, and table name is I am going to create my table name as 1 minute. The table name as EMP. EMP is my table name. So EMP ID as integer, EMP name as varchar, and designation, I have a column designation. Yes, I have a column designation. Okay, you should be more conscious on casing. Okay, EMP ID as integer, EMP name as varchar, and the next column is DISG, designation. See, you need to go through this column. Okay, it should match your SQL column itself. Varchar, and my salary as my integer. The table is created. Next, you need to load the data. Insert into table name as values 101 Lakshman. The designation will be an HR, and the salary will be an 40,000. I am going to insert one more record. You have to use up arrow. 50,000 as my software developer. The name of an employee is Gautam. The employee ID is 102. And one more record, 60,000 as software engineer. The name of an employee is Sridhar. Employee code is 103. Just retrieve the data, select star from EMP. See, the data will be listed like this. Okay, you just move on to your EMP process program, second program. In this program, I just create my PHP script. The second line is your configuration window. You need to configure with PHP with MySQL. I am going to use my variable name as $con. $con is nothing but your variable name. This MySQLi underscore connect. See, if you are using an improved version of your MySQL, you can use MySQLi. MySQLi underscore connect. My default server name is localhost. This is your username, MySQL username. Since there is no password, just mention as blank password. Just mention double quotes itself. And this is your database name. My database name as Vignesh. Okay. If there is any error in the configuration setup, it will throw an error in the second line, the if condition part. If there is no error, the configuration is configured correctly, it will move on to the next command, result equivalent to MySQL query. So this is your variable name. In this variable name, it will have all the configuration files. I am going to select my table, start from table name as EMP, where your EMP ID. Okay, you have a separate column as EMP ID. and in your column emp id it should match your text box emp id. You have a text box, see, in your browser there will be a text box. Okay, this text name of the text box is emp id. This is already mentioned in the emp main file. See, the id of the text box is emp id. So both the data should be same. Okay, so this data it will be automatically fetched post the second page as $_post. So it will connect your one PHP file to another PHP file, and it will take the ID as emp id. So you have to mention this ID name as in proper casing. Whether it is in uppercase, you have to mention in uppercase. Whether it is lowercase, you need to mention it as lowercase. So the entire query will be stored in the result variable. And this is all about the basic alignments in MySQL, center tag and result from server. I'm going to use my font color as green, my heading style as heading 2, and I'm going to create a table here. So at last my output will be in table format. Okay, the first row will be a tr, is tr is nothing but table row. I'm going to use 4 headings here. Th is heading, employee id, employee name, designation and salary. Okay, so I'm going to fetch my record here. See, my first dollar row is my variable name. I'm going to use MySQL _fetch_array. So this command is fetch the data from the MySQL table. So the entire data will be stored in the variable as $result. Okay, I'm going to take my first row. Okay, my first row. In my first row, I have an employee ID, employee name, designation, and salary. So I'm going to align my data in table data format. Okay, so it will fetch the data. Each and it fetch the data based on the requirement condition. If the requirement condition is met, it will display your employee ID, employee name, designation, and salary. At last, you need to close your table, center tag, and MySQL connection. Okay, so you can move on to the browser. Once I type 101, I just click submit button. Okay, see, the data will be Malakshman. Again, you just move on to employee number 2. Once you click submit button, the second employee is Gautam from software developer, and the next record is 103. Okay, 103. Once I click submit button, Sridhar. If I enter 104, whether the 104 record is available, so just go and check with the console. The record is not available. Now I am going to update my record in my database console. Insert into emp values as 104 as Devkumar, as assistant professor, and the salary will be at 60,000. Okay, so once you type select star from emp, it is updated. Again, you just move on to the screen, just refresh the PHP console, just type 104 here. Okay, this is all about your RDBMS concept. Okay, it will automatically update your record. Okay, this is all about how to connect, how to process database connectivity in PHP and MySQL. Okay, if you have any doubts in the particular video, just ask in the comment box, or else you can post in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you students. Thank you.